Good evening, or good morning. I was wondering about the charge against Andrew Tate, human trafficking. I wasn't quite sure exactly what that meant. I had an idea of what it meant. I thought it was like similar to what the coyotes do when they bring people over from Mexico to the United States. Or some of them bring them from all of the Latin American countries, smuggle them up through Mexico and then across the border. But this is a little different. So I looked up the definition and this is what it says. Human trafficking involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex act. Okay? Now, here's how that could work. If you think about it, if he brought those girls to work as cam girls, which he says he did openly, all they would have to do is come back and say, and there's the lover boy law. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's a law that says if you as a man, I'm going to break it down in layman's terms, you as a man meet a girl and make her believe that you love her and that you want things to do with her, that you want a future with her, and then you talk her into, let's say you guys get together and you really like her, but then you're kind of short on money or you're wanting to make money, she's making money, maybe she's already got an OnlyFans page, and you talk her into doing cam work for you, and you give her a percentage and you get a percentage, and she's making more money. I'm kind of laying this out like what Andrew said he did with his cam girls. She makes more money working for you, so she decides to do it. Okay, but let's say the relationship starts to get a little bumpy down the road, and things aren't working out right, so you ask her to leave. And then she gets away from you and she's hurt. And she starts thinking about it. I really didn't want to do that. I did that because I thought that we were going to have something together and it didn't work out. Now I kind of feel ashamed because I did that. I really just let him talk me into it. He kind of pushed me to do it. He told me if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be able to stay there. Now, maybe that's what he said. Maybe he didn't say that. The guy, whoever it happens to be. We're hypothetically talking about a situation where a man and a woman are doing this. So it'd be easy for her to come back and say, well, I felt like I was forced to do it. He told me that, that we were going to be together and that he loved me and et cetera, et cetera. And we all know how a lot of women base their decisions and actions on feelings. When she was with him and making money and she thought they were going to have something or have more of a future, it was okay. But all of a sudden, for whatever reasons, they break up. Let's say she's being disrespectful to him or they just don't like each other. And he asks her to leave. And later on, she regrets what she's done. And now all of a sudden, she feels like she was manipulated or coerced into doing it. So there you have it. I'm not saying that's what happened, but these things do happen. And then later on down the road, it was a crime in the mind of the girl. But when she was there, it was okay. She was enjoying it. She was benefiting from it, benefiting from the relationship with the man, benefiting from the money that she's making doing this cam stuff. So if you're into that, and I'm not, but if you are, you best be careful, because anytime down the road, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever the statute of limitations are, that girl can come back and say that she was coerced, that she thought that you two had a future together. Now that's the lover boy law, which is one of the things they say they're trying to get him on. That is all based on subjective feelings. I mean, but even if she had proof, in Andrew's case, where he said, yes, I'm going to marry you. I mean, do not people have a right to change their minds? Women are notorious for changing their minds. So a man, can't he change his mind? Let's say he did tell her that he wanted to get married or wanted to have something with her, and then he just changed his mind. Actually, that is breaking the law, breaking the lover boy law, because he promised her this, promised her that, or said he was going to do this or that, and it didn't work out, so they broke up. I mean, by the legal definition, that's against the law. So I suppose what I'm telling you is you better be careful promising a girl anything or leading her to believe that you're going to have something down the road. Because this law also, I've been told and read, extends to the point where if you're dating a girl and you have sex with her, she can come back later and say that you convinced her that you two were going to have something, and then once you have made love to her, they call that, they call that grape. You know what I'm talking about. That can, I don't think we have that in this country yet, I'm not sure, but in some countries that is a law. So I really don't understand, because women want equal rights, okay? But then they make laws like that and they believe these things, and that tells me that they're not responsible for their actions, that they can't make a decision based on their interpretation of a situation. And then it's the man's fault because he supposedly convinced her to do something when he wasn't for real. I feel sorry for you guys out there dating, at least in the Western world now. You got to be really careful. It's just, to me, it's ridiculous. I don't understand. Of course, I don't think men should take advantage of women, but how many times do women take advantage of men and grape them from all the material goods and laugh about it? There's even a woman who wrote a book about it. So I don't know how inspirational that is. Probably not very. But I'm here to inspire, enlighten, and build up humanity. So I'm enlightening you so you can stay away from these situations and be cautious. Women have a lot of power with their voice and their word. And it doesn't have to be the truth. So you need to be careful, and you need to be aware of that. Not all women are like that. I would say it's the minority, but you just need to be careful. Think about what you're doing. Get to know someone a little bit before you get too involved. And don't make promises you can't keep. Don't make promises that you may not want to keep down the road. I never promise anybody anything. I just do what I say I'm going to do. Be a man of your word. Your word is your bond. That's it. If you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me via email, which will be in the description, or my website, marksinspiration.com. I do consultations. I'd be glad to help you, if at all possible. Take care. Have a wonderful day.